Ty, let me ask you this, because
Yeah.
Mike, myself, being you guys you've held team meetings overseas as the same way. I'm quite sure. Am I wrong or right?
Yep.
All right.
Right.
When does that ever come out of what somebody said in a team meeting? So
Yep.
I want to know, with the shit that where they said Maxi called out Embiid for not being on time, and as he should though, because that's a team
Yep.
leader, right? If you a team leader and you doing all the right shit and you supposed to be a team leader and you over here showing
You
up,
know they got some rats. You know they got some rats in the locker.
I
There's
know
always
they
one
do,
or two
but
people
I
that
would
be
say,
like, you know what? Here, put this. You didn't hear it from me. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
but Mike, for the most part, when you have a really good team, none of that shit get out. Like the team
Yeah.
meeting is a real team meeting. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
nobody else talks about that. You don't even go home and talk to nobody about like, man, you should have heard this shit that was going on in this team meeting. This motherfucker was talking crazy to, you know what I mean? Because you know how that shit goes. Sometimes it
Yeah.
gets
Yeah.
it could get physical, it could get
Yeah.
disrespectful, to the point of like disrespect on what you're doing in the game. And so, Ty, I want to ask you, like, what you think? Like, you've dealt with this as well, you know what I'm saying? And to
Yeah.
think about how that got leaked, who was the mole? Now you looking, hey, Mike, you know what it's like? It's like the nigga that was stealing money from you. It's like, who is that nigga right here that's stealing this paper from me? Who is leaking the information? So I want to know, like, what do y'all think about that? Because to me, I
Yeah.
feel like it's certain things that is the code. We got bro codes and we got other kind of codes that we have that we don't talk about certain things, right? And
Go
for
ahead, Ty.
that to come out, I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yo, I think their record is a direct reflection of their culture, right? That for me as a coach, and I'm very careful because I don't want to bash Nick Nurse or their staff. We all know people on their staff, but the culture is a culture from top to bottom. If the culture is strong, that will never happen. But they're 2-13, 2-12, whatever their record is. Well, I'm not surprised that things like that is happening. I'm not surprised to hear Embiid is late because their record, their disciplines, their habits. You can't bargain with greatness, bro. Every great team y'all have been on, Eddie, you won a championship, and you just won a championship as a commentator or an analyst for Boston. Greatness, you can't bargain with it. It costs what it costs. And most of these dudes, they try to bargain with being great. They want to win a championship, but I'm gonna be late. They want to win a championship. There's a mole in the locker room. It's those types of things, bro. Where as a coach, as a leader, I'm livid. I'm totally pissed off because we're trying to reach a very difficult goal, and we have people on the inside that's sabotaging that. So I would do everything in my power to find out who the mole is and get their ass up out of there.
And trust is gone. Trust is going to be gone too. But
Oh,
I
it's
mean,
gone.
yeah. So I mean, I don't understand. I don't. I can't see. I can't see them finding somebody, finding the person that did it. Because I mean, I think they probably know, like, hey, shit about to go down. That come out. So I think it's going to
Yeah.
be tight-lipped about that. But I mean, I think, like you said, it's just a reflection of how they're playing and all that stuff right there. So
Do you think
Yeah,
this?
but
Do you think this though? Right? Could it have been somebody that wasn't, even though you
probably playing much.
no, but but not, he ain't the one that leaked it to. He might have said that to the dude that was taping his ankles. He might have said it to the dude
mm,
that is giving him treatment or whatnot. You know what I mean? One of the you know how
yeah,
many trainers you got. You got one trainer,
yeah,
you got the main trainer, you got another trainer and another trainer, right? You got those guys
yeah,
over. You got ball boys over there. And maybe he might have said, I don't know, and I don't know who it is or how it is. I just know that ain't cool. And it's the thing I want to say, Todd, about what you was talking about culture, right? And culture is a word that is everybody uses, right? It's like culture,
yeah,
winning culture. You need to have a winning culture. Where I don't give a fuck what coach you got over there, what coach. You can't have a winning culture unless you have guys that believe in having a winning culture, that are willing to
yeah,
sacrifice certain things for the greater good of the team. Whether it be, I'm
yeah,
not going to take a million shots. I got a piece of paper right here. I'm gonna look at it from last night. Okay, so last night we blew out the Clippers. Okay, we blew out the Clippers, and guess what? Nobody took more than 15 shots. Not one player on our team. And you telling me that Jason Tatum can't take 25 shots a night? You telling me Jaylen Brown can't take 25 shots a night? Yeah, they can. But for the greater good, that's not what the game was dictating for them to do. They do all the other things, you know what I mean? And you allow ancillary players to ball out and get down. And so to me, I feel like to your point, Ty, as far as culture, I don't feel like that is a bought-in culture. Nick Nurse comes in, and everybody is the scapegoat is the coach all the time. Well, at some point,
which is wrong.
We got these same motherfuckers over here, right? It's you, it's you. Y'all still here, and we've been losing the same way. We ain't been able to get it done. Maybe it's not the coach. Maybe it's the internal. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's the players that it is. And you know, as good.
Not on the players, Eddie.
Huh?
Eddie, not on the players, bro. It can be management. It can be so many things. We don't know if Nick Nurse is empowered to really coach how he want to coach.
But they said they wanted to get coached harder. They said they wanted to get coached harder.
Right.
So
right.
So at the end of the day, the players.
What does that mean to you?
To me,
what does that mean to you?
That means the coach ain't been putting his foot on their neck. He ain't been
and discipline, right?
Ain't been holding nobody accountable. And to me, that's all that lines up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equals. This is where they at right now.
See, but two and some. But you gotta understand too, Eddie. You know how this shit goes to where it's like the superstar, the coach ain't gonna say nothing. Because the superstar can get the coach out of there.
But
But no, he now you can't now. Then maybe when we were playing, yeah, but you can't do that nowadays. So now the team has to do it. Just like Maxey came say, hey man, you gotta quit being late. Now if he can't respect that, he don't respect the team. He don't respect Maxey. He don't respect nobody. If somebody from your team come and tell you that, if a coach, if a coach ever came, like I mean, if you're MB status, you're making $60 million a year, and a coach came to you and you guys are 2-13, he come to you and tell you, man, you gotta stop being late. He gonna look at him, man, leave me alone.
And that's why
I'm still here.
That's why you've only got 2 wins.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, your superstar is supposed to be the guy that's setting the standard. And he's supposed to be in line with the head coach. That's just how it goes. If you look at all the winning teams in the NBA, they are in lockstep with the head coach and the superstar in lockstep, because what they can do is they can sit there and say, I could hold him accountable. I have to tell him when we sit down, when I'm taking this job, hey man, I'm gonna be harder on you than I am anybody else. I'm gonna be harder on you than anybody else, because if I could hold you accountable and make you be accountable for your mistakes. Mike, remember when you were talking about this, right? When we was in Miami, and how many times did he rewind that thing?
Like 6.
Okay. But see what I'm saying? That wasn't at that time, that wasn't holding them accountable. That was almost like blaming everybody else for failures, when we know we sitting in this level, when we professionals, man. Shit. We out here playing as hard as we can. We doing everything we can. We maximizing our abilities. And you want to one time show this hell of times when, well, damn, we could, you know what I mean? We could go through that whole tape and point out a million different things that somebody else didn't do. So don't.
Shit, I know I got pointed out for something on there. Remember I told you?
Yeah,
man, come on, man. He wouldn't be contest a shot and go rebound the ball. Remember that?
That's what playing the Bulls. That's what I'm speaking about. That's exactly what I'm speaking about. So when you get to that level, it's like the superstars have to hold themselves accountable higher than the coach. The coach has to hold them accountable to an extra higher standard, because then that just trickles down. And if you look at teams, if you look at the good teams, Ty and Mike, all of the good teams listen to their coach, and the superstar, like I said, are they're the superstar and the coach, they're in lockstep. You know what I mean?
It's a lot easier when you're winning too. So,
oh, you damn right.
Yeah. Keep this though.
But that's
when
how
they
it's easy
say
to win.
they want us to. When they say they want us to coach to be coach harder, that's cold. What they're saying is you gotta coach him harder. Because I guarantee you, Nick Nurse and all the other coaches, they're coaching Jerry McCain hard. They're coaching the guys who don't get that many minutes. So that's cold. That's an underlying, like, hey man, you gotta hold him accountable. And the worst thing you can do as a coach is ignore the obvious. If this person is late and nothing is said, but let the 8th or 9th guy on the team be late and you raising hell, that's the first moment you start losing the team.